The arrival of the story begins with Commander Thax of the Draconian Empire, leading a routine scouting mission to a primitive world called Earth. The Draconians are a proud, militaristic race that has conquered dozens of star systems. They consider themselves the apex predators of the galaxy. Thax's vessel, the Iron Talon, drops out of hyperspace near Earth's moon. The crew of 12 elite Draconian warriors prepares for what they believe will be a simple reconnaissance mission. Their orders are clear: observe the primitive humans, catalog their weaknesses, and report back to the Empire for the inevitable conquest. The Draconians have studied human broadcasts and dismissed them as weak, emotional creatures obsessed with entertainment and trivial conflicts. Lieutenant Vex, Thax's second-in-command, jokes about how easy the conquest will be. The humans don't even have proper space defenses. As the Iron Talon enters Earth's atmosphere, something unexpected happens. Their advanced cloaking system begins to malfunction. Warning lights flash across the bridge. Chief Engineer Crack reports that Earth's magnetic field is interfering with their technology in ways their scientists never predicted. The ship crash lands in a remote forest in the Pacific Northwest. Most of the crew survives, but their vessel is badly damaged. Communications are down, and their distress beacon isn't working. For the first time in their military careers, these elite warriors find themselves stranded on an alien world. Thax orders his crew to establish a perimeter and begin repairs. They set up camp near the crashed vessel, confident that their superior technology and combat training will keep them safe from any primitive human threats. They have energy weapons, advanced armor, and centuries of military experience. But as night falls, they begin to notice something unsettling. The forest around them is too quiet. Their motion sensors pick up movement in the shadows, but when they investigate, they find nothing. Private Knox, standing guard duty, reports seeing glowing eyes watching them from the tree line. The first sign of real trouble comes when Scout Dex goes missing during a patrol. His comm unit goes dead without warning. When a search party finds his equipment scattered near a stream, there's no sign of struggle, no blood, nothing to indicate what happened to him. Commander Thax realizes they're not dealing with primitive humans anymore. Something else is hunting them in these woods. The hunt begins. The second Draconian disappears the next morning. Corporal Rex simply vanishes while collecting water from a nearby creek. His weapon is found floating downstream, but there are no tracks, no signs of violence, just an empty forest and the sound of wind through the trees. Fear begins to creep into the remaining crew. These are battle-hardened soldiers who have fought across the galaxy, but they've never faced an enemy they couldn't see or understand. Their thermal scans show nothing. Their motion detectors give false readings. Even their advanced Draconian senses seem useless in this strange environment. Thax splits his remaining forces into 3 groups of 3, ordering them to stay in constant communication. But the forest seems to swallow their radio signals. Groups report losing contact with each other, even when they're only a few hundred meters apart. By midday, Group 2 stops responding entirely. When Thax leads a search mission to their last known position, they find the Draconians' equipment neatly stacked beside a large oak tree. Their weapons are powered down, their armor undamaged, but the soldiers themselves are nowhere to be found. The remaining 6 Draconians retreat to their crashed ship, sealing themselves inside. They work frantically to repair their communications. Array, desperate to contact the Empire and call for extraction. But every time they venture outside to make repairs, another crew member disappears. Engineer Crack volunteers to fix the external communication dish. He makes it halfway across the clearing before his screams echo through the forest. When the others rush outside, they find only his helmet, sitting peacefully in a circle of wildflowers. As darkness falls again, strange sounds begin emanating from the forest. Not animal sounds, but something else entirely. Whispers that seem to come from the wind itself. Footsteps that circle their ship, but leave no tracks. Scratching sounds on the hull that stop whenever they try to investigate. Lieutenant Vex suggests they abandon the ship and try to reach human civilization. At least with humans, they know what they're fighting. But Commander Thax refuses to leave without answers. His pride as a Draconian warrior won't let him admit defeat to whatever is. Stalking them. That night, they take turns standing watch inside the ship. But when morning comes, only 4 Draconians remain. Private Zek, who is supposed to wake the others for the final watch, is simply gone. His post is empty, his weapons still warm. The survivors realize they're not just being hunted. They're being studied, tested, played with by something that finds them amusing. Something that could have killed them all at once, but chooses instead to take them one by one. The truth revealed, with only 4 Draconians left, desperation sets in. Commander Thax finally agrees to abandon the ship and seek help from the humans. They pack their remaining weapons and supplies, preparing for a trek through hostile territory. But as they venture deeper into the forest, they discover they're not alone with their mysterious stalker. They encounter a group of human hikers who seem completely unaware of any danger. The humans are laughing, taking pictures, and enjoying a casual weekend in the woods that the Draconians watch in amazement as these primitive creatures walk confidently through the same forest that has been terrorizing elite galactic warriors. The humans show no fear, no awareness of being hunted. They're completely at home in this environment. One of the hikers, a young man named Tom, notices the Draconians hiding in the bushes. Instead of running in terror, he approaches them with curiosity and concern. He can see they're injured and frightened, though he doesn't immediately recognize them as aliens due to their similar humanoid appearance and damaged equipment. Tom offers to help them reach the nearest town. He mentions that these woods can be dangerous for people who don't know them well. Lots of folks get lost out here, he says casually. The forest has a way of turning people around, making them see things that aren't there. As they travel with Tom and his friends, the Draconians begin to understand something shocking. The humans aren't unaware of the danger in the forest. They're part of it. The missing Draconians weren't killed by some mysterious predator. They were absorbed, integrated into something much larger and older than any galactic empire. Tom explains, almost offhandedly, that these woods are special. They've been here since before the first humans arrived, he says. They remember everything that's ever lived here. Sometimes they get curious about visitors, especially ones who come from very far away. The remaining Draconians realize that Earth itself is alive in ways their science never predicted. The planet isn't just inhabited by humans, it's a living entity that has been watching, learning, and quietly protecting itself for millions of years. When Private Heck tries to contact other Draconian ships in orbit, his communication device simply stops working. Not broken, not damaged, it just becomes inert, as if the planet itself is preventing any signals from leaving. Lieutenant Vex attempts to use his backup beacon, but the same thing happens. Earth is maintaining a complete communication blackout, ensuring that no word of what happened here reaches the Draconian Empire. As night approaches again, Tom suggests they make camp. He builds a fire with practiced ease and shares food with the increasingly terrified aliens. He talks about his job, his family, normal human concerns, while the Draconians realize they're completely at the mercy of beings they had planned to conquer. That night, the last 2 Draconians besides Thax simply don't wake up. They don't disappear. They don't scream. They just peacefully transition from sleep to something else, their bodies becoming part of the forest floor, covered in moss and flowers. Commander Thax finds himself alone with Tom, who seems genuinely sympathetic to his situation. "Your friends are fine," Tom assures him. They're just part of something bigger now. Earth takes good care of visitors, especially ones who come such a long way. Understanding Commander Thax, now the sole survivor of his crew, demands answers from Tom. The human seems so ordinary, so harmless, yet he speaks about cosmic horror as casually as discussing the weather. Tom leads Thax to a clearing where ancient stone circles predate human civilization by millions of years. Here Tom explains, Earth's consciousness is strongest. The planet has been aware and watchful since long before any species achieved space travel. Your people aren't the first to come here with conquest in mind, Tom says, settling beside one of the standing stones. Earth remembers the others. The Greys tried it about 50,000 years ago. Before that, the Crystalline Confederacy. Even earlier, species whose names are lost to time. Thax realizes that Earth isn't a primitive world waiting for conquest. It's a galactic graveyard for would-be invaders. Every aggressive species that has ever targeted the planet has simply vanished, leaving no trace, no warning for others. But Earth doesn't destroy these visitors, Tom explains. It integrates them, learns from them, adds their knowledge and experience to its vast collective consciousness. The missing Draconians aren't dead. They're part of Earth now, their memories and personalities preserved forever in the planet's living network. Why are you telling me this? Thax asks. Tom smiles. Because Earth has decided you're different. Your crew came here as conquerors, but you've shown the capacity to change, to understand. Earth appreciates that. As if summoned by their conversation, the forest around them begins to change. Trees shift and move, creating new paths and clearings. Flowers bloom instantaneously. The air itself seems to shimmer with consciousness. Thax feels a presence in his mind, vast, ancient, and utterly alien, yet somehow comforting. Earth's consciousness touches his thoughts gently, showing him visions of his absorbed crew members. They're not suffering. They're part of something magnificent, their individual selves preserved within a collective that spans the entire planet. He sees human cities from this new perspective, not as separate entities, but as organs in a living planetary body. Every human is connected to Earth's consciousness to some degree, though most aren't aware of it. They act as the planet's immune system, identifying threats and either neutralizing them or helping them integrate peacefully. Earth shows him the fate of other aggressive species. The Greys became part of the deep ocean consciousness, the crystalline. Beings merged with the planet's mineral core. Each added their unique perspective and abilities to Earth's growing awareness. What happens to me? Thax asks. Tom stands and brushes dirt from his hands. That depends on what you choose. Earth doesn't force integration on those who show wisdom and respect. You can join your crew in the collective, or you can return to your people as Earth's ambassador. But there's a catch, Tom explains. If Thax chooses to leave, he'll carry a part of Earth's consciousness with him. He'll be compelled to protect the planet and guide other species away from aggressive contact. He'll become Earth's agent in the galaxy, working to prevent future conflicts. And if other Draconian ships come looking for us? Thax asks. They won't, Tom says simply. Earth has already sent signals to your fleet, using your ship's communication array. As far as your people know, this system is empty space, not worth exploring. They'll mark it as a navigation hazard and avoid it. Thax realizes that Earth has been manipulating galactic civilizations for eons, quietly removing itself from star charts, erasing evidence of its existence from the minds of aggressive species. Only peaceful, curious visitors are allowed to find the planet and make contact with humanity. The commander faces an impossible choice: join his crew in peaceful integration with Earth's consciousness, or return to his people as a changed being, carrying the responsibility of protecting a world that could destroy his entire empire with a thought. As dawn breaks over the ancient stone circle, Thax makes his decision. Galactic Silence Commander Thax chooses to return to his people, accepting Earth's consciousness as part of himself. The integration is gentle but profound. He retains his individual personality while gaining access to Earth's vast wisdom and perspective. Tom leads him to a hidden facility deep in the mountains, where human scientists work alongside technology that seamlessly blends Earth's organic consciousness with advanced machinery. Here, Thax learns the full scope of Earth's influence in the galaxy. For millions of years, Earth has been quietly managing contact with spacefaring civilizations. Peaceful species are allowed to discover humanity and establish trade relationships. Aggressive species simply forget Earth exists, their attention redirected to other worlds through subtle manipulation of space-time around the solar system. The facility houses representatives from dozens of alien species, all former would-be conquerors who chose integration over absorption. They work together as Earth's galactic diplomatic corps, preventing conflicts and guiding aggressive civilizations toward more peaceful pursuits. Thax meets Kala, a former general from the insectoid swarms who tried to invade Earth 300 years ago. She explains how Earth's influence helped redirect her species' hive mind toward exploration and scientific advancement instead of conquest. Earth doesn't change who you are, Kala explains. It just helps you become who you could be if fear and aggression didn't cloud your judgment. Using technology that merges Earth's consciousness with advanced space travel, Thax returns to the Draconian fleet. His ship's records show that the scouting mission found only empty space. The star system appears to have no habitable planets. The other commanders accept this report without question, their minds subtly influenced by Earth's reality-altering abilities. But Thax begins working from within, gradually influencing Draconian military policy. He suggests exploring distant galaxies instead of conquering nearby systems. He promotes diplomatic contact over military action. His fellow commanders find his ideas surprisingly compelling, not realizing they're being guided by Earth's consciousness. Within a year, the Draconian Empire shifts from aggressive expansion to peaceful exploration. Other warrior species in the galaxy notice this change and begin questioning their own conquest-based philosophies. Earth's influence spreads quietly through Thax and other integrated ambassadors. Meanwhile, back on Earth, humanity continues its normal daily life, mostly unaware that their planet is a galactic superpower that could eliminate any threat with a thought. They go to work, raise families, and worry about ordinary problems, while Earth's consciousness protects them from dangers they'll never know existed. The few humans who are aware of Earth's true nature, like Tom, serve as interfaces between the planet's consciousness and visiting aliens. They appear to be ordinary people living ordinary lives, but they're actually Earth's first line of defense and diplomacy. In space, the Draconian scouting mission is officially recorded as a complete failure. The star system they investigated contained nothing of value. The coordinates are marked as a navigation hazard to be avoided. No other Draconian ship will ever attempt to reach Earth. Similar records exist in the databases of hundreds of aggressive species across the galaxy. Earth appears in their star charts as empty space, a dead system, or a dangerous anomaly. Only peaceful civilizations find accurate information about Earth's location and humanity's existence. As decades pass, galactic warfare begins to decline. Species that once measured success by conquered worlds start focusing on scientific advancement and cultural achievement. Former warrior races become explorers, diplomats, and artists. The few military historians who notice this trend assume it's a natural evolution of galactic civilization. They don't realize that Earth's integrated ambassadors are quietly working throughout the galaxy, subtly influencing aggressive species toward peaceful pursuits. Commander Thax, Now Admiral Thax of the Draconian Exploration Fleet sometimes stands on the bridge of his ship and feels Earth's presence in his mind, patient, ancient, and protective. He knows that somewhere in a remote star system, a small, blue planet continues to spin peacefully, its human inhabitants living their lives while their world maintains galactic peace through methods no other species could imagine. The galaxy grows quieter as Earth's influence spreads. Wars become rare. Conquest becomes unfashionable. Species that once fought over resources now collaborate on massive scientific projects. And in the deepest archives of Earth's consciousness, the personalities and memories of thousands of former invaders live on peacefully, their individual selves preserved forever while contributing to the planet's vast, protective intelligence. The universe is safer because Earth exists, and almost no one knows it. The End Asterisk.